All right. Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's our first interview in quite a long time. Surprise, we're back. Y'all probably forgot we forgot about y'all, but it's just we've been busy. Today we have Mr. Christopher Disney. He is co-owner of two promotions and actually a co-owner of a production company. So this is going to be a huge interview tonight with us. Let me introduce the panel. First of all, of course, I'm the heartbreaker. I'm the brains of this operation, the whole effing show. Um,
Great. Now he thinks he's RVD.
in the bottom corner next to Mr. Disney is, of course, the principal. We call him Tap, but he's actually a big ass. So, and then, of course, up in the upper corner in the yellow shirt. No, it's not Big Bird, ladies and gentlemen. It's the crippled Messiah who has a infatuation with orange juice because he has some sort of a man crush or a man fetish on the ever loving international champion again, which I don't understand how, because the man wrestles with his hands in his pockets and plays with himself most of the match, Orange Cassidy. So, with that being said, Mr. Messiah, if you can keep your hands up the entire interview, you can start us off.
Before I start you off, you call me an infatuation, but you seem fit every time we do this podcast to talk about Orange Cassidy playing with himself. So who's infatuated now?
I just call it as I see it, my man.
So I would like to thank Christopher Disney for being on tonight. We really appreciate it. And our first question is, who are your wrestling heroes growing up that got you into, you know, the world of wrestling?
Trade places?
Nate,
That's
your
right.
headphones?
I don't know all the logistics and details.
Oh, sorry about that. So, who were your wrestling heroes growing up, and what got you into like professional wrestling?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I grew up in quite possibly one of the best ages for wrestling, the late '80s, early '90s, and then lived through the Attitude Era. Um, as a kid, like the Rockers were my team. I wanted to be just like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. In fact, there's a couple of guys I wrestle with and I'm friends with who like making the joke on some of my pictures that I'm the love child of Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. I gotta remember where the hell that picture's at, but the moment I find it, I'll send it to you guys. Realize, like, as teenage years hit, realizing I'm not going to be fucking 6'4" and 250 pounds of rippling muscle, I started to be a realist and look at guys like Dean Malenko, Saturn, Benoit, Jericho, Guerrero. Like, those guys were my blueprints on if I'm going to be in the business, that's what I have to be.
Very nice.
Then I got fat.
Well, I think the Heartbreaker's taking a phone call. So, Principal, what do you got?
Alright, I'm gonna throw an 80 question in there. Out of these three wrestlers, aka the Midnight Express, which one is the most deserving in the Hall of Fame? Bobby Eaton, Sweet Stan, or Dennis Condrey?
I would say Bobby. Definitely would say Bobby Eaton.
That's a
But-
great answer, and I would agree with it. Oh,
But when it comes to Hall of Fame, like I'm a little I get agitated with WWE's like picks and the stuff they do because it's just some of it makes no sense and some of it's just like they're trying to cater too much to the rest of the world when professional wrestling doesn't fit into the mode of the rest of the world. So I'm just like guys who should be in, who probably would never be because of real life stipulations and real life bullshit. And I just think it's a travesty because they want to have separation with, oh, it's sports entertainment, but in real life this guy is like total monster. It's like, well, that's real life, and that sucks. But this character was amazing and inspirational to a lot of people. And like they're trying to have it both ways, but at the same time I feel they placate too much to the sponsors and the shareholders.
Very good way to look at it.
My hot take is they have all these celebrities and as like a way, and I feel just that they have yet to incorporate Insane Clown Posse in that. And not only did they actually contribute music to WWE, they've wrestled both WWE, ECW, and WCW on top of having JCW and making actual contributions to the wrestling world outside of just being celebrities.
I 1,000% agree with you on that. I'm a huge ICP fan. So. All right, Heartbreaker, what do you got?
Well, first of all, my apologies for taking a phone call during the podcast, but you know how it is when Booker calls, you have to answer the phone. So, in your personal opinion, who is the best wrestler turned actor?
Cena.
All right, Nate, go ahead.
Can you tell us a little bit about the promotions and your production company that the Heartbreaker brought up earlier?
Let's see. God damn it. Too many keys. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, on top of the wrestling stuff, we do music, we do other entertainment aspects. Like I have models on contract that I personally photograph, or my business partner photographs. Um, we're in connection with a couple of people looking to sponsor wrestlers or professional wrestling. So honestly, it's just a hand in everything.
That is very cool. All right, Tab, what do you got?
Your top 5 ring announcers.
Fuck. I mean, am I limited to just mainstream, or can I go indies with this?
Either.
You can go wherever you want.
Okay, so if I was to pick like my top 5 favorite people as ring announcers, and I'm able to like pick from everything. Josh Shibata, down here in SoCal is definitely like one of my favorite personalities when it comes to ring announcing. He has an energy about him that not many people do, and he's just always a warm, happy individual to be around and really cool dude. The Fink, you have to put Howard Finkel in there. Like, to not do so would be blasphemy. Fuck. I would go with Lillian Garcia as well. I am a horrible fucking ECW fan because I can't remember the ring announcer's name for the life of me, and it's really pissing me off.
Oh God, neither can I.
Yeah, like that was like this. That like, ECW was the soundtrack to my summer in '99 and 2000. Like, I found out that one of the local broadcasting channels was airing it on Sundays from 1 to 4 and would air it from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. on Fridays. So I set my entire life around I'm going to be near a TV to watch this stuff.
I can relate to that.
And then the last slot would have to go to my former ring announcer, Gus Parsons, who actually, me and him have a show set up come November 19th down here in San Diego, where it's his former company, Finest City Wrestling, taking on my company, One Ring Circus.
Very cool. All right, Heartbreaker, you're up.
I believe that ring announcer you were looking for was Joel Gertner.
Gertner wasn't a ring announcer per se. He was
more like a manager that.
He was a personality because he was sometimes he was color with Joey Styles. His first introduction to a lot of the fans was he was the manager for the Dudleys.
Yep.
Like that man, like wrestling personalities alone is head and shoulders above so many dudes. Like, give him any kind of topic, he'll put his own personal spin on it, and he'll get the crowd to fucking pop.
Amen.
All right, let's see here. Let's get into a question or something. He's from SoCal. So do you have any interactions with a wrestling manager by the name of Big Money Dodge?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Big Money Dodge?
My interactions have been few and far apart. Like, I know the guy, like, I see him at shows, I say hi. It's very casual, very professional. I want to say I believe he's a part of the Relentless Pro booking committee, and I have a decent working relationship with them. In fact, their champion is one of my best friends in wrestling, Biggie Biggs, and I just had him have his first. I had his first title defense at One Ring Circus for them.
Got ya. So, can you tell us some of your biggest rivalries going right now in One Ring Circus?
Right now we have a thing boiling over still with our new champion Motros Jungo and our former champion Tommy Wilson. And this is all stemmed from like a year ago, where they were wrestling each other at a charity show, and they're like wrestling shit happens. Tommy took a move, ended up fucking his ribs up to where he was out for a couple of weeks, and Tommy felt that was personal and decided he was going to take things into his own hands next time he wrestled Motros. And Motros is a very proud luchador, and in order to beat Motros, Tommy unmasked him, and like any luchador worth their salt, he went to hide his face. And then it's just like the past year, build up after build up. Tommy underhandedly doing everything he can to keep that belt and stay away from Motros until
It's like a huge
this past yeah. Until July. I told Tommy straight up, one way or another, Motros is getting a shot in September. And Tommy's like, well, if that's the case, he wanted to fight me in August. He fought me in August, and couldn't beat me legitimately, so went the coward's way out and blasted me with the belt. So where I won, but he still kept the belt because the champion's fucking bullshit. And then come September, Motros got his shot. I made sure I had Tommy prepared for the fact I wasn't going to let his shenanigans happen with Special Enforcer, my head of security, Rich Bagoo. Basically playing the role like Mike Tyson did in WrestleMania 14 with Shawn and Austin.
Got you.
Since that's happened, I've had to deal with Mr. Wilson's manager and lawyers on wanting a rematch, and they feel that they deserve a rematch. So, as it stands right now, it might continue more. But as far as storylines go, that's the only hot take I have with storylines for One Ring Circus.
Got you. All right, Tap, you're up.
Alrighty, if you could, or let me rephrase that. What is your favorite cookie or snack?
I don't know, because like I've been on a weight loss kick, so I've like just distancing myself from sweets a lot. But usually, it would almost always be like red velvet or white macadamia.
Ooh, yummy. All right, Heartbreaker.
Well, it seems like he doesn't like the top 5 questions, and since I'm being the heel ass that I normally am, I'm just gonna hit it with him. So
I don't mind the top 5 questions. It's just whether or not I don't watch the
Okay.
product. I really don't. So
let's do this. Top 5 male California indie wrestlers of all time, in your personal opinion. I made it easy.
indie guys?
Indie guys.
No, you didn't. No, you did not. Like you, sir, are a 100% complete asshole on that. Because in like there are a lot of guys who are fucking mainstream dudes right now who were Cali indie guys. Like Generico and Steen, they made their fucking names at PWG down in LA. Danielson, PWG LA. Perkins, PWG. Like I could just name list upon list, like every guy that's on TV right now, whether it's for Impact, AEW, or WWE, has had some influence or has been a big part of the SoCal indie scene. Like if I was to name like the top, who I think are the top 5 indie guys right now in SoCal, I'm going to be extremely biased and shout out my 2 boys, fucking Mikey O'Shea and Sean Black, the Juggernauts. I don't think they get enough credit nor enough eyes on them. They are both 2 great, amazing talents, and I've never met more respectful guys in my locker room, or any locker room at that matter. We got a new guy coming up from the San Diego region. His name's Matthias. December's going to mark his first year in the business, and I wouldn't be surprised if this kid doesn't get signed within the next 2 years. Judiz is another one. Like he originally came from San Francisco, but he's made San Diego his home and has teared it up everywhere representing San Diego. That's 4. And top male indie talent, Southern California, you would have to throw Danny Limelight in there as well.
Now, before Messiah asks, Messiah and I have a very soft spot for one Mikey O'Shea as well. We actually grew up watching him on TV at WCWC.
I remember
in Portland, like way back in the 90s.
Yeah, it's for school swimsuits,
Well, Mikey, you might be confusing Mikey with another guy, because the Mikey O'Shea I'm talking about is you're younger than me and has only been wrestling since, I want to say, 2010, 2011.
Interesting.
Probably a different guy then, because the WCWC was on way before the 2010.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's not familiar, but
All right, Messiah.
Top 5 female wrestlers of all time.
Okay, I would have known the upper class, but not the lower.
Female wrestlers of all time. My personal list is Sherry. Whether you want to call her Scary Sherry, Sensational Sherry, fucking Sister Sherry, like she's just queen. Like next one would be I'm gonna kill you. Luna Vachon is definitely another one. And then top 5. I feel Ivory doesn't get enough respect and recognition. Victoria also is another one I feel doesn't get enough respect or recognition. And then I gotta throw the international favorite there with Bull, because like her and Luna when they came out in the '90s on TV, no one knew what the fuck to even think about these two wild, crazy women that looked like they could beat the shit out of some of the dudes.
Yes, they did. All right, Tab, what do you got?
Top 5 commentator teams of all time.
I get a lot of heat for this, but I fucking loved Cole and Taz. Like, I thought Cole and Taz were funny as fuck and amazing. Styles and Gertner I love just because of how well... I mean, you put Styles with anyone, and I'm a happy camper. Jesse and McMahon, just because I love Jesse Ventura. Like, I don't know why I have such an affinity for this man. It's just everything he does, I'm just like, this dude's awesome. And plus, him talking shit to Vince is always a fucking... All right, Colin Taz, Styles, Jesse. Shivani and Dusty was also one I liked. And I was also partial to Shivani and Zbyszko.
Nice. All right, Heartbreaker. Let's see if you're going to be an asshole with this question or not.
Well, I'm going to steal one of your questions there, Mr. Messiah. Just because I know he's a booker, I want to see if he's a better booker than you. I already know your answer to this because we've talked about your dream WrestleMania card. So my question to you, sir, is 6 matches, your dream WrestleMania card, any generation, indies are included.
Me and my friends in high school, we dreamt about this like back and forth so many times. We've written like 10 different cards on what we feel like moment like the WCW ECW meld happened, like what would be like the best card possible. So like I think I want to stick in that area, the late 90s, early 2000s. And match like the main event match I feel would be the Icon versus the Phenom, Sting versus Taker. Like if WWE made that match happen in like 2002, 2003, that would have been a match that we would be talking about today. Like that would be my main event and be like what I'm building the entire show around. And this is American Badass Taker at that, so I would would steal an ECW staple in the three-way elimination dance, but it would be
Thank you for picking up that thing for the girls.
no problem. It would be Rey Mysterio, Yoshihiro Tajiri, and Super Crazy. I feel that would be the best showing for all three guys. I would do an IC match. I forget who the champion was back then, but it would be like Regal. I would do pit Regal versus Angle, just because I don't ever recall that match ever happening, and it's a fucking shame because it should have. Hardcore title, I think, was still a thing, so we would do one of those classic hardcore 15-minute scramble bullshit with like Sandman or Raven coming out on top. Tag match, I would steal from TNA, but this being circa 2003, it would probably be a lot better. And for the tag team titles, the Dudley Boys versus the Steiners.
Oh.
Actually, no, it's 2003, so I would label this the greatest tag team in the world match. WWE Tag Team Unified belts up for grabs. The Dudleys versus the Steiners versus LOD.
Wow.
And probably Lance Storm
She was flirting and I said, you better stop.
versus Eddie.
Look like you and
Wow. Well,
And I think that's
your
6.
question, yeah, to answer your question, Heartbreaker, he's a lot better at that than I am. So, although the one ECW tag team that I would have put in a WrestleMania card, and it was a shame that they never got a run to do something, would have been the Pitbulls.
The only reason I didn't do the Pitbulls is I believe fucking the Pitbull number 1 had already passed by then.
That's true, yeah.
That's the whole reason I was like, wait, it's 2003, not 2004. Animal was still alive, so he would still be able to perform.
Right.
But no, I agree with you. Like, if like this was just like straight fantasy booking, ECW, WCW. I mean, the Dudleys, you can put them anywhere, and they would technically count.
So when you were wrestling, what was the craziest match you were ever in?
I'm still wrestling, and I'm
okay.
The dumbest. I equate crazy with dumb, because at the end of the day, all the crazy shit is just it's dumb for us to do it. We do it for either one of 2 reasons, or one of 3 reasons. I feel we're culminating a feud and ending it. Like, it's going to put the exclamation mark on it, so we're going to do some stupid crazy shit to let the fans know, like, this has gotten to a point where we need to do this. Actually, no. There's only two reasons. It's that our people are dumb and don't want longevity in this business and want to do this shit that's just going to take years off their fucking life.
Yeah.
Dumbest, craziest thing I've been a part of is a barbed wire rope match.
Ooh, ouch.
Where I came out unscathed. I can't say too much about my opponent who this match had no build, no nothing. And he's like, okay, we're going to do this at this festival show. I'm like, this sounds fucking dumb and stupid, but I'll do it just because it's a booking. Dumbest thing I've witnessed is that like everyone lighting their fucking gear on fire to hit people. And I'm just like, why? Gear's expensive, and this shit's gonna burn quick. Like, oh, Joey Janelle did it. I want to be just like him and get on the internet. I'm like, no, he did it. He got on the internet. You're going to do it. And if you do get on the internet, you're going to be ridiculed as an idiot. But to each their own.
All right, Tab,
I'm
what do
also.
you got? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I talk too much anyways.
I do too, so don't feel bad.
Okay, I'm throwing a tag team Survivor Series matchup.
Okay.
10 teams on each side.
10 teams?
10 teams. Who would be
okay.
in it?
Oh my god.
Any promotion.
Okay, are we doing what's my time bracket? Are we saying of all time? Are we saying right now?
Any team, past or present, indies from the 80s to current.
Oh. Okay, so that's going to make things really difficult. So, all right, so I got 10 teams. 2 of the teams are going to be the Briscoes. I'm going to have the OG original Briscoes. And then I'm going to have the ROH Briscoes. Dudleys are on that automatically. LOD's on that automatically. So that's 4. Steiners are on that. 5. Fucking Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express. 6, 7. Fucking Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr. 8. The Hardys and Steen and Generico.
Wow. All right, Heartbreaker, what do you got?
This is the time where we start running out of let's do your sponsors first there, Messiah. Shame on you for not starting out like that. You naughty Messiah, see? This is what happens when you think about orange juice all the time.
Back to the, and he called me obsessed. So I would like to thank Kevin Watson at American Family Insurance, Bob's Little Car Hospital, El Rancheros Mexican Restaurant, Los Jalapenos Mexican Restaurant, Precision Power Washing, Bruno's Pizza, Twin City Banks, and the Care Program, and Bruce Nichols Painting, and American Tarps Rugged Made. I don't think I missed anybody, and if I did, feel free to fill it in, Heartbreaker.
Well, you did forget Burgerville of Longview Kelso, but you know who's counting, you know. But you can go ahead and ask a question. I mean, I guess that was just my reminder to you to do the sponsors, but go ahead.
Best ECW pay-per-view of all time, in your opinion?
I would have to say the first one, Barely Legal. I mean, it's a cliche because, yeah, it's the first, but I mean, that set the precedent of what ECW was to the world.
I would completely agree. That would have been my choice also.
Like, my second runner-up is, I think it's Heatwave 99. They're down here in LA.
Yep. So, all right, Tab, what do you got?
I got a little different question for you. In your opinion, do you think Paul Heyman's going to turn on Roman Reigns and hook up with Braun Breaker?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch the product. The last time, I legitimately was following everything that was going on with WWE, with anything, was probably 2000, was 2021, the summer of 2021, watching Impact and AEW, and like trying to acclimate myself with wrestling on mainstream, because I just got sick of WWE, and like, yeah, that's like where everybody wants to go, but when storylines to me make no sense, and I know like their storylines aren't for me, they're for like fans who don't understand the wrestling business, so they're not going to pick up or nitpick the minute details, or things that to them would make sense, but to me make utterly no fucking sense. But then again, that's my personal opinion on it.
Yeah. All right, Heartbreaker, you're up.
Well, it's not more of a question, so I guess I'm just going to just get right down to the brass tacks. How does your production company help a promotion, and how can they, or better question is, how can your production company help an up and coming promotion?
So, like me and my partner come in. He handles administrative side and handles things as a business. I handle this like as shows and how we put things together. My business partner is not a wrestling guy whatsoever. He, like, the only reason he's even involved in wrestling is because me and him grew up up together, and we've been best friends for like 20 years. So we come in, we take a look, and we figure out we look at everything from top to bottom, from what you're doing promotion wise, how your flyers are looking, how your production's looking, how your setup's looking, how your corresponding stuff's looking, and we try to make it to where it's as presentable and looks legitimate as possible. Because if you're not going out there and paying the right guys, or you're not seeking out the right guys, you're in detriment to yourself, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
All right. Go ahead, Nate or Messiah.
Kind of playing off of Heartbreaker's question, what are some of the things you look for in like a promotion before you decide to kind of help them out?
Well, it's I look at more locations before I look at promotions. Is this a place that looks like if I bring my entertainment company, I can grow it further and have a satellite? And if that answer is yes, then it's okay, cool. Who's already running, if anyone? And if there's no one running, off to the races I go. I don't give a shit. I don't have to sit there and be nice or placate, because if no one's running the town, there's no one to do politics with. But if I go into a town and, okay, it looks like we can make money here, and there's already a promotion running, then I'm going to reach out to that promotion and help them while they're helping me. So this way, I'm not being a dick and stepping on their toes. And they don't feel like, oh, the fucking guys from California are just coming in and doing whatever the fuck they want.
Got it. All right, Tap, what do you got?
All right. Your favorite Kofi Kingston moment?
Fucking, I would have to say when he accidentally broke character. Like, I think it was like leading up to a bragging rights or whatever, and like they were like everyone was in fighting in the ring. Kofi's like, guys, we gotta fucking chill. I mean, what's the problem here? And then Hunter gets on. He's like, yeah, I got a problem. I got a real big problem. Aren't you supposed to be Jamaican? And then Kofi just realized, oh, I fucked up. Like, little moments like that, I love. Our turn of phrase down here a lot of the times when like shit just happens to be wrestling and cards subject to change, we'll all look at each other and be like, in the immortal words of Mean Gene, fuck it.
All right, Heartbreaker, what do you got?
I will let you guys go. No, I am going to need to wrap up soon. I am losing power on the phone.
Okay, well then, with that being said, Nathan, why don't we go into your final questions?
Where can we find you on social media, and when's your guys' next show?
Okay, so you can find me, the Maverick Chris Disney, the fortunate son of San Diego, on Facebook at Chris Disney, Instagram at it's either the Disney Maverick or Maverick Disney. I always forget which one it is, but it's the same for Instagram and Twitter. You can find One Ring Circus on Facebook / ORC Wrestling 22, Instagram at ORC-Wrestling, and then anything Rising Star Wrestling related, you just follow the Rising Star Entertainment Group page on Facebook at Rising Star Entertainment Group or on Instagram at Rising Star Entertainment Group.
Very nice.
And Tap.
I would like to hear you. Well, is there anyone that you wanna bash at the moment?
Like shit talk?
Yes.
Like there's a lot of people I want to shit talk, but doing so will do me no good and will give them publicity. So I let sleeping dogs lie.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Great
All
answer.
right. Great answer. And before we wrap it up, Mr. Messiah, I'm sure will be in contact more about the production company. I'm sure he really has more questions. We know your phone's about to die, so we will go ahead and leave it at that. Again, a pleasure having you on tonight. We learned so much, and one of the two of us will reach out to you soon to see, to get more information. So again, we thank you. Principal Tap, you look like a Brillo head. So please, before the next podcast, do something with your hair.
I
Mr.
did.
Big Bird, Mr. Big Bird, yes, the yellow shirt up there. I won't dish you because you're not wearing the orange shirt like Orange Cassidy. But can you at least try to get a better voice and not sound like paint fucking drying all the damn time? Because it's really getting really annoying. So, with that being said, again, I thank my illustrious panel. Well, I think Mr. Disney, that is. The other two, F you. And please help control the host and co-host population. Please have your host and your co-hosts spaded and neutered. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Later.